Sigh, 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 sigh. Commanders 21, Giants 6. Another week one in the books, another Giants loss. This is the third straight year the Giants lost a week one game, and another year where the Giants did not score a touchdown in a week one game. And we start this episode in a depressed mood, but it's okay. Welcome again to the Third and 10 podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Nguyen, joined by my guy, Brian Gibernaro. We got a lot of things to talk about, of course. But as always, Brian, how you doing?
I got killed with gambling and fantasy this weekend, so all around bad week one in terms of that. But just thank God football's back,
It
or
is.
whatever the Giants call what they're doing on the field. Because after watching Sunday night's game and Monday night's game, it's two completely different sports. Of that was football and whatever the hell the Giants just did.
Amen to that. My face, for those watching on YouTube, is a complete mess. I have two spots on my face that look, I don't know what it is, skin problems. Hope to get that solved sooner rather than later. But at least that's fixable, unlike this Giants offense, which it was horrendous, unwatchable, stressful to watch, all the things on Sunday. So we'll talk about that as well as our other week one takeaways from the league. And to add on to your point real quick, Sunday's game between the Bills and the Ravens and last night's game, even last night's game as well between the Vikings and the Bears, it just shows that the Giants are just
Far
right.
away from contention.
Yeah, far away. Because especially that Ravens Bills game, because that game
Mm-hmm.
was electric. A lot of
Yeah, no.
scoring. Both offenses were electric. Both teams had a run game. Both teams had a quarterback that was just slinging it. Great offensive lines.
Mm-hmm.
Giants don't have any of that.
Yeah, no.
We
I
can
mean,
we'll,
I don't
we
want to
can get there.
we'll get into it, but like Russ, I think would have been better if he had an extra second to like let a play develop. Like you heard Tom Brady in the broadcast say, like Russ is a guy that likes to throw the ball downfield. Well, you can't throw the ball downfield if your offensive lines give you only like a second or two to get rid of the football. The play
Hmm.
can't develop.
You need time.
Yeah.
So
I'm not saying Russ played great on Sunday. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that like his performance was so hindered by how bad the O line is that I can't sit here and say he's a bad quarterback because of it. I don't think he's anything close to what he once was, and probably is going to get benched a lot sooner than we expect. But I think he'd be serviceable had he had the extra 2 to 3 seconds.
it's not. We can't give a fair analysis
No.
because of just how
Yeah. And he
bad
still
his
threw for
protection
almost
is.
like, he threw for 168 yards. Like, that's not terrible with, we think about it, he was running for his life the entire time.
Hmm. But he was able to scramble too. So
Did a scramble, led a team in rushing, which is a bigger problem, but it's
yeah,
something.
yeah. Well, we'll start with the offense. We'll get right into it too. Like I said, another opener, another dud. This is the third straight year the Giants did not score a touchdown in a week one game. The last time a team went three straight season openers without scoring a touchdown was the 1940 to 1942 Detroit Lions. So not a good place to be.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt was still president.
There you go.
FDR was still
That's how
president when that
long.
happened. That's how long ago this was.
Yeah, this was not good. A lot of negatives. To be honest, there's some positives in this game that we'll highlight, but a lot of negatives to
Mm-hmm.
talk about from this game. And criticism is well deserved for offense, defense, coaching staff,
Everybody.
everybody.
There's that one
Um,
player that left this game without some sort of blame to them.
Damn right, 100%. And then the Giants trailed 14-3 at the half, and that marked in the past 3 years, the Giants have been outscored 67-6 in the first half these past few years. So, yeah, not a pretty sight, New York.
No.
But yeah, offensively, and we'll start with what you were just talking about, my friend Russell Wilson. In the preseason, right, a lot of optimism. He looked good in the limited playing time that he had, but preseason Russ did not equal regular season Russ
Mm-mm.
whatsoever. He looked uncomfortable, and for good reason. Uh, but even when he had time, he still had struggled a little bit. He was 17 at 37, 168 yards, had a QBR of 25.6. He led the team in rushing, like you mentioned as well. But it's like that kind of shows me two things: the O line, like you said, the O line forces him to escape the pocket and run, and the running game behind him could not do anything. And we were so optimistic about Tyrone Tracy, Cam Scatterboo. I know the Commanders improved their rush defense, but they added a few guys and they were still 30th last year. So I would assume that we'll be able to run the ball a little bit. Those running backs couldn't get it done. Um, but back to Wilson real quick, like he was missing open reads. Like there were a couple of reads that we saw. Um,
Mm-hmm.
one of them was Darius Slayton in motion going to the left. I know the play was designed to go to the right, but still, just be aware that Slayton is wide open on the left side. Kind of, you could have found him because everyone was focused on going to the right. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, everyone's going to the right, but like at the same time, like if Russ is running right, then he'll have to stop, turn his body, and go across his body. That's a hard
True,
one.
true, fair enough. But I mean, that's just one example that I
Yeah.
saw
No,
of him
there's
missing
I'm
over.
sure
Yeah,
there's plenty. I'm like, that one I can write it off. And there's a bigger sake because Darius Slayton didn't get involved at all in this game. I don't think he had a
that's
single
right.
target in this game. That's if we're gonna give Darius Slayton 3 years, how much money was it again? Like 30 million?
36 million. That is
Yeah,
correct.
$36 million. I'm sorry. He needs to have at least 4 or 5 targets in the opening week. I don't care.
He is a. I get it. He's a good deep threat to have. I know, like you mentioned earlier, Russell Wilson didn't have much time to throw the ball, to
Hmm.
try to even throw the ball down the field. But Darius Slayton was what was coming to his game, being the receiver number two, and want to know Robinson outshined him because, well, Robinson operated as the short to intermediate
Yeah.
receiver. So,
And he's one of the only positives I had about this game was
oh
Wandale
yeah,
because he looked good. He looked
hmm
fine.
yeah, him and Malik were good. I
Yeah.
think keep it simple as that.
Hmm.
Malik had a nice
But
out route, by the way,
Malik's
too.
overshadowed by the drama is the problem.
With him, yeah. I mean, they downplayed it as we all know.
Yeah.
Um,
I
man,
I get everything Malik's coming from. He's a competitor. He wants to win. I'm just afraid that this is going to lead to him wanting to leave us one day.
yeah, I think a lot of people are like already saying like, oh yeah, like this goes to show that Malik will leave when when he gets a chance to go play with his best friend and Jaden Daniels, and I get it.
I don't know about like that because I think about we are still we're 3 years away, right? This season just started. Okay, so
Mhm.
things can turn around. It just looks very ugly right now, and if he's already getting disgruntled after just one game, then we're gonna have a little bit of a problem.
I think the frustration just carries over to last week last year as well
Yeah.
because a lot of losing, or a lot of just
Hmm.
instability, and the
But still, when you're a
instability.
competitor like Malik and it's just losing after losing, eventually you'll be enough's enough. I'm done.
And that's why it's important to figure it out sooner rather than later.
Exactly.
Um, but I think if there's one thing that I hope Malik understands is that hey, this is your second year. Your first year, you were fantastic. Like no one could guard you. But like we talked about before, teams have film on players now. After their rookie season, right?
Hmm.
They study it, they figure out ways to stop you, and the Commanders, I give them their props. They did a heck of a job.
Yeah.
They constantly had he was constantly double teamed. Sure, there was a corner lined up, across from him, but there's always like there was one point where there was a safety
Yeah, they showed us in the
waiting
Fox
as well.
broadcast.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
Malik was crossing, and there was like a safety
Yeah, the
right there.
safety was
So
there. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, so shout out to the Commanders on their part to keep him in check. He still did great. 5 catches, well, not great, but good. 5 catches, 71 yards.
He played like a
Um,
wide receiver one when he had
yeah,
to.
exactly. So, but his frustration, like you mentioned, totally understandable. Um, just Dable and Neighbors, two competitive guys that want to win, and unfortunately, they did not. So,
Hmm.
hopefully, the frustration sort of eases over in week two when they take on Dallas, but it doesn't seem like it, anyways. But
No.
Robinson was involved early. We saw that. Served as the receiver number two, 6 catches, 55 yards. But the rest of the weapons, honestly, they can kick rocks. I get it. Slayton, we pay him $12 million a year. to have no catches, no yards, one target actually. After I looked into it, but yeah, he didn't do much. He didn't do anything at
He didn't.
all.
No, he didn't do
He
anything.
ran
He
he
did
ran
not do any. He did
cardio.
not do anything to hinder a performance. Nothing. He was a
Yeah.
complete no-show on Sunday, which is unacceptable for someone you're going to pay that. You're paying in the money to be like, okay, we believe in you. And I know there's the reports coming out that he's kind of like the locker room guy. He's kind of taking the brunt in the media right now. But if you're going to pay $12 million, I don't care how great of a locker room guy you are. I need to see results on the field.
Mhm. We pay him 12 million to run cardio out there,
Yeah.
pretty much. It's
Yeah,
simple as
because
that.
we could have signed guys like Keenan Allen for cheaper. We could have signed Brandon Cooks for cheaper. Like, there's so many other guys that we could have got a cheaper price tag on that outperformed Darius Slayton.
And shout out to Joshua Palmer too, who actually did
Yeah.
pretty good. He actually for the Bills, and he was someone that the Giants were rumored to be targeting,
Mm-hmm.
to have targeted this past offseason, I should say. But yeah, he didn't look great. Theo Johnson frustrated the fudge out of me. 3 targets, 2 drops. I was just, and they were like, the balls are literally in his hands, and he
Yeah,
dropped
you
all
can't
of them.
catch
And
it. Yeah.
I was like, Theo, you got to be kidding me, dude. Like, and Bellinger, I know Bellinger had 1 catch, but like, you compare the two performances, and it's like, you know what, Bellinger should be out there more than Theo Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Off
Which
topic,
is
I
tough
remember.
because these are two guys that we both have high expectations for. Like, even though Bellinger's tight end too, we expect them to be kind of main contributors in this passing game. Like, I'm not expecting
Mhm.
them to be wide receiver number 2 or tight end number, 1. I'm not expecting them to be the second guy in the receiving categories behind Neighbors, but I'm expecting at least 3 catches for like 30, 40 yards from each of them.
Yeah, I don't need them to be superstars. Just be
No.
productive, and both.
Be
Well,
productive
Johnson
on
was not.
like those 2nd and 7s, those 3rd and 2s. Like, that's where you should shine. Those short yardage 3rd down plays, or those kind of like second and intermediate where like the goal is maybe not to get the first down, but create like a 3rd-and-1 situation so it's a lot easier. And we just did not see that from either of them.
Not at all. Everyone else in the receiving game was not great. Hyatt 0 snaps, and I think
Trade him.
you
Just
know,
trade him at this
yeah.
point.
I what's it called? Joe Shane. Look, as much praise as we give him for his draft class, I, I just don't understand why we didn't trade him this offseason.
No.
As we
He
know, there
brings
were
nothing. We should have traded him during right after the Patriots game, that Patriots bye week, because it's clear that maybe a team would have taken a shot at him, but now no one's going to.
no the most, and definitely the most you're getting is a 6 or 7 at this point.
Yeah, you're
Um,
dumping. You're basically dumping him, is what you're doing.
because it's like, from what we know, teams did try to get him or tried to trade for him, and we did not. But it's like, what's the point? You might as
Yeah.
well get something because you're not even playing him.
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Collins stepped in for a snap for Malik Neighbors. Didn't do much with the snap, but I
He
digress.
didn't do anything.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I just you're Hyatt's entering
Third season.
his 3rd season.
Yeah.
Just trade him. There's no point. What are you gonna do? Just let the
Mm-hmm.
contract run out and then be like, oh yeah, we're not gonna sign you. Like, well, what? Just go. Don't let him walk for nothing. Try
Yeah.
to just get something.
And
I don't care what it is.
even if there's like the fear of like, well, we don't want him to break out on a different team. Well, he's not going to break out here. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's
there's
the point has been proven that for whatever reason, whether it be Dable not trusting him, not fitting the scheme, for whatever reason, he is just does not work for the Giants. So move on from him. Get that 6th round pick. I know it's going to be nothing, but you just have at this point you had to bring in somebody I feel the coaching staff can trust, and Hyatt's not that guy.
yeah. Hell, we could have
No,
traded Hyatt
I would do Hyatt for Isaiah Hodgins straight up, because I know Hodgins could at least be something, or at least produce some sort of
because when he was
production,
here,
because
he
the coaching
actually
staff has
produced.
him.
Yeah, he produced when he was here.
Yeah,
Heck, hindsight's 2020, but we could have let Hyatt go and maybe bring in a Gabe Davis. But Gabe Davis
yeah.
is back in Buffalo. We still could get Davis. He's on the practice squad in Buffalo.
But
Um,
he's the practice squad because he's signed late. He's learning the playbook. I bet you by like week 2 or week 3, he'll be
he'll,
activated from it.
hmm
It's just one of those roster manipulation moves by Buffalo.
yeah, at least someone knows how to run their team.
Well, we
Um,
thought we were because we got the 2 right hand mans in Buffalo. We got Shane, which was Ben's right hand man, and we got Dable, which was McDermott's right hand man. And we figured we were going to copy the Buffalo's model onto us, and it just didn't work.
yeah, we haven't copied anything from them. It seems like so.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the play calling on offense was, I
I don't know how Kafka still has a job. I don't. Listen. I've always been easy, I guess is the word on Kafka because he's not running his own playbook. But we're on year 3. I get if there's growing pains in like the first year and a little bit of the second year because you're still kind of learning how Dable's playbook worked. It's like a player learning a new playbook. But this is year 3. You should know how this playbook works. All right. You should know the schemes. You should know the play calls. I've seen no improvement from Mike Kafka as a play caller from year 1 to year 3. Now, that can't all be because you're not running your own playbook. Because if that's the main issue, you can't be a coach in this league. A good offensive coordinator can put together a good offense, whatever playbook he's using, unless he's using like a Jason Garrett's playbook, because no one can be good with that thing.
in the game we saw a lot of screens, and I understand why. You know, it all ties back to the offensive line,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just like,
But here's my question. Let's finally get to the offensive line because I think we've been burying the lead here. Why is this offensive line so horrific without Andrew Thomas? Like, I get Thomas is a top 5 tackle in this league, but it's such a night and day difference. And when he's not out there, that it's irresponsible. It's been allowed. This been allowed to happen.
no, I agree.
Like
Which
I
is what,
understand if the offensive line takes a step back when Thomas is not out there, that's fine. That's to be expected. But to go from like you would say an average O line with Thomas out there to the worst in football, it's like okay, at a certain point we need to plan, especially because Thomas has not been healthy. We need to build some sort of structure in place so when Thomas is out, we can at least tread water, and that's something Joe Shane has not done yet. All right, he's been very Bobby Skinner, I think, said it best on his podcast. Is that Joe Shane has been very reactionary in his offensive line moves. He hasn't built a foundation. He's been more of like putting out fires, you know?
that yeah, that's actually a good way of putting it.
And
Because it's like, okay, so you can draft, you can sign as many people as you want, and you can say, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to address the O line." Yeah, but you may have tried, but has it worked?
no,
No. Um,
no. And like listen, like, okay, Evan Neal didn't work out. That sucks, you know. That stuff happens. If he worked out, it would have been an anchor. Offensive line would differently. Okay, that's one guy. JMS hasn't worked out. You brought it up. Tunyon has not worked out. You brought in a bunch of like guys like Van Roten and Aziz, and they haven't worked out. Like Illuminor, they haven't worked out. At what point do you have to be like, okay, we need to like seriously invest this offensive line here? Whether it is, maybe overpaying for a Chris Tunyon like he was the Chiefs offensive guard as a free agent. Maybe it's overpaying for him and figuring out from there. Like you have to bring in, at some point you had to bring in established guys. You can't just continue to work on development.
mhm.
And why wasn't Membu used at all during that game? He looked
Oh,
so
both.
good in the preseason. Why is he not at least tried out there when both Neal and Thomas are not going to play?
Yeah, well, when you pay James Hudson 12 million,
Okay, but James Hudson wasn't working. I think he allowed 6 pressures.
4 pressures, 2 quarterback hits.
Yeah, boom, done. Sorry,
And people,
I can't do that. You can't
yeah,
make $12 million and expect to do that. You're on the bench. Let the kid
against
play.
an average pass rush. I'm sorry, they're not a
Yeah,
good
no,
pass
it
rush.
is. It is an average pass. This isn't the Commanders' pass rush. It was 2 years ago when it was like Chase Young and Montez Sweat coming at you. It's kind of an eh. It's eh. Like
He needs
they
to.
have Von Miller, but Von Miller's not what he once was.
I didn't see him really do
I didn't
much
see Miller
against
at all.
us, so I need Hudson off my team. I really, I don't see. And going back to the whole plugging holes, the one thing entering the offseason was like, oh, the Giants need offensive line depth. Okay, let's go sign James Hudson. Great. But Hudson has had history of just being complete doggy do, and he
Mm-hmm.
showed again on Sunday that he couldn't. Every time, every play, I always paid attention to him specifically, and whoever was going up against him was having the day. Like you were
Yeah.
able to like, get pressure, cause havoc, all those things, cause Russ to step up and go. And I'm not gonna single out just him. JMS has been absolute crap.
Yeah, no,
I
that's another guy that hasn't worked out for Shane.
I hope this season goes as slow as possible because I miss football so much. But and I don't mean to already look ahead to the offseason, but center is going to be one of the more premier positions that we'll be looking for once again. Um,
It's the
when the
entire
draft,
offensive line. I think
yeah,
it's everyone on the offensive line, and I don't even think Andrew Thomas is safe because Thomas has been pretty injury prone throughout his career. And if the offensive line is this bad without him, how can you trust him to be the foundational piece of your offensive line?
I didn't even address that what you said too because I was like, okay, so it is crazy, like you said that Andrew Thomas. I'm going back to a lot of things that you said. Like you've made
Yeah.
a lot of great points off. Of course, I'm just piggybacking off of
Mm-hmm.
it. Um, Thomas doesn't play guard. He doesn't play center, or he doesn't play left guard, center, right guard, and right tackle. So it's like, how does one guy just change the whole offensive line
Mm-hmm.
dynamic? That is, I don't have an answer for you in regards to that. Um,
Does he
but
bring
even
so much confidence? But like
I
even at
know
that
it's
point,
like,
but if he brings that much confidence, okay, you have a confidence problem on your offensive line. It's like
yeah,
every excuse you come up, it's just a new problem you have to address.
like why is everyone looking towards Andrew Thomas? Like, okay, if he's on the field, then we have to play good. But oh, when because James Hudson's on the field,
Mhm.
we're just we don't feel as motivated. That's like, what are you doing?
Like you think it'd be the opposite. Like, okay, the star player's not here. I need to step up and prove myself right now. That's the mindset at least I would have. It's clear that the Giants offensive linemen don't have that mindset.
They really don't. Runyon and Van Ronen have been average at best. They've never been great. Illuminor, I don't give him too much criticism because he kind of has done his job, but like he's obviously not the long term answer. But he is just
He's
someone you can.
he's one of those guys you put. He's a guy we brought in to put out a fire. Why is
Yes.
he still here? Why wasn't the fire addressed?
Well,
It's like
technically,
it's like we put the water on the fire, but we still have the remains. It's like okay,
mhm,
let's clean up the remains, guys. Let's move on.
exactly. Yeah, I mean we sort of did it with Bo with the drafting of Bo, but it's like, are we gonna play him eventually? I don't know, or sooner rather than later. I don't know.
But okay,
Um,
I like Bo a lot. Bo's a fifth round pick. That can't be your solution. Like that's a position like offensive line is a position that you need to invest high capital in and not hope development works. All right. You go development works like running back, receiver, other slot position. With the offensive line in the trenches, I need to put guys there I know can succeed. Not guys I think will be good one day.
I saw this tweet and I wanted to ask you as well. If you could go back in time, would
Mm-hmm.
you have not paid Rush 12 mil, the contract that you gave him to go maybe sign an offensive lineman?
Yeah, with Jameis on the roster, yeah, 100%.
Do you think if Jameis played week one, it would have been worse or better?
Um, I think it probably would have been the same. We probably would have gotten a touchdown because Jameis just plays such a versatile, just like home run or nothing style of play that I think one ball would eventually have gone in the end zone. But it's still probably a loss, and we're still probably sitting here upset and disappointed.
Yeah.
It's the score is probably like 13-21 instead of 6-21.
Yeah. So what's would have had a touchdown, but that would be pretty much it.
Yeah,
Um, look, JMS as well. I did I criticize running in it? No, yeah, that's the running was average. JMS being straight trash just solidifies that the 2023 draft class is probably the worst that we've seen since in Joe Shane's time as
it's the
GM.
worst in Joe Shane's era. I'm trying to think of one
What
just
was
like
the Kadarius Tony? No, it's
2021.
it
No,
was
no,
it was the COVID,
so the
right?
23, and then we had Tony in the 21 class. Yeah, Tony.
There you go. Yeah, I would
It's
keep
probably
it
the
pushing.
worst since then because I think everyone got cut in that draft class too. And this
Yeah.
draft class has gone a very, very similar path.
Mm-hmm. JMS terrible. Hyatt terrible. Deontay Banks was only there for. We'll get the defense in a bit, but Banks was has completely lost the CB2 role. He was on special teams, was on the field at the CB2 spot like 16%
Hmm.
of the game. So overall, our top three picks from that draft class, just not.
And then
It's
you go
not
down the list. It's like, is that Bellinger that class too
Bellinger. No, Bellinger was the 20 was in 2022.
in 2022?
Yeah, I remember he
I'm
caught
trying
that
to think of that
touchdown.
class. Like it's, I don't think there might be anybody outside the top three on that draft class still.
Nope. Let's see. It's Banks, JMS, Hyatt, Eric Gray, IR
He's
right now. Trey Hawkins,
gone.
fourth string corner, I think, or the practice squad, I think.
The fact that we
Jo-
don't know where he is says all you need to know.
yeah, Jordan Riley gone, I think. Yeah, and then Javarius Owens gone as
Yeah.
well.
So
So
there's nobody in that class that you have any expectation on going forward.
no, not at all, not at all, my friend. And
I can't
then
ask.
yeah, we allowed 2 sacks as an offensive lineman. No holes for the running game, no time
Nope.
allowed for Wilson to move the ball down the field.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we're gonna criticize Mike Kafka real quick. Buddy, you draft Bo in the 5th round to play what? Offensive line. What do I see at the 1 yard line? Him playing tight end.
Yeah. What was that?
We
What was
don't
that?
we don't deserve. Okay, if the Chiefs ran that gimmicky play, that's fine because they've proven that they can go down there and score points when they want to in the past. We are a team that, like I said earlier, have not scored a touchdown in a week on opener in 3 straight years. We do not deserve to be running gimmicky
No.
plays where our offensive lineman catches a touchdown.
And it's not like it was on the first drive of the game where it's like, okay, like this offense looks good so far. Let's try this. The offense had looked like garbage up until that point. So
Damn right.
why are you like, okay, this offense looks so bad. Let's try a really complicated trick play. It's like, no, you want to score a touchdown. Give the rock to Cam Scatterbo for 3 yards. Run a fade route with neighbors. Do something that like is normal. Don't do this gimmicky stuff with a lineman. What are we doing?
You have
And then we have the
Scatterboo.
lineman running, and then we actually run a good play with Scatterbo. I thought he was going for a touchdown, and we run into our own guy and kill any momentum we had.
By the way, I do want to give my criticism of Scatterboo real quick. I love it. I love that he is a guy that just puts his head down, but you gotta look. You gotta
Yeah.
look where you're
You
going
can't run
first.
into your own guy. We're
Nah,
like the 1 yard line. We had 7 plays at the 1 yard line and couldn't punch it in.
no, we
We should
scored
not
six
be selling for
points.
a field goal in that spot.
No, sir. Yeah, I did not like Scadaboo's goal line play. Like the fact that he got the ball and immediately put his head down. Like, bro, you gotta look first and then put your head down.
I get what he's doing. He's like,
I
I'm
get
just
it
gonna
too.
push the line, but like
You gotta
when
look.
the lineman just jumps in front of you at the last second, dude, you
Yeah,
just kill the play's dead. As soon as he ran into that lineman, that play was over.
yeah, because Bo was just like, "What the heck's going on?"
Yeah.
And just it was a whole complete mess. Yeah, the fact that we just couldn't convert the goal line, that's just completely embarrassing. The fact that we set up for a field, and I think the Commanders, we were close, we didn't convert, but then they committed a penalty that put us even closer, and we still couldn't score a
Yeah.
touchdown. So it's complete
When we
embarrassment.
got that penalty, I thought for sure we were scoring a touchdown. When they threw the flag, I'm like, we're in. We're a lot to score right now. Let's just get a stop. We'll go into halftime. We'll get the ball back. Maybe we can make some adjustments and go from there. Okay. Because, hey, we got bailed out. We're lucky. Let's go. And then it was just more of the same garbage. It's like, what are we doing, guys?
Ridiculous.
Like,
By the way,
how is Dave? Like, do you even trust calling Dable an offensive guru anymore? Because I don't. I cannot sit here in confidence and call Dable an offensive guru. And I know he's had bad quarterbacks. Don't get me wrong. But what we saw on Sunday, he's finally got everything besides a good offensive line. He had his quarterback. He had weapons. He had a run game that should have worked. And we still couldn't get anywhere.
I don't know what to tell you, especially when you know who in his first game. I know it's only one game, and we're going to explain that later. It's only been one game.
Okay, yeah, I want to get to that. He's playing Denver this week. He's going to struggle.
We'll see.
No. It's not worth see. It's yes, he's going to struggle against Denver.
Cam Ward could have had 200 plus had his receivers caught balls.
All right,
I'm
Cam
just saying.
Ward's a talented guy with an arm. Daniel
I,
Jones. The Dolphins had someone named Storm Duck as their cornerback too.
hey, but I'm just all right. Colts got more weapons than the Titans, dependable weapons, I should say. But like I said, it's only one game. But the fact that he looked good compared to, and he looked good in his first game with the new system and a better team around him, and with that coaching staff compared to what he went through with us here, I can see why people are the first thing they think of is like, oh, okay, so he wasn't the problem then. It's Dable and it's the offense, and it's like, and I think we did criticize how it's like, oh, Daniel Jones can't handle simple concepts, or he can't handle complicated concepts. Is it complicated here, even with a veteran quarterback in Wilson? Is it still a complicated system? Because just like this offense, just they can't move the ball. Like we have to call screenplays because I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Heck, no, Dable's. You can't call yourself an offensive guru and, like I said, score no touchdown in week one. And I know I keep saying that, but it's just like that's the driving point in terms of this from an offensive standpoint is that we can't score a touchdown, which is embarrassing. It's not something that you want to watch as a Giants fan. And a lot of people are questioning their fandom at this point because it's just like, what are we doing?
I think the questioning of the fandom comes more of like what the last decade has been and how there's never been improvement.
10 years to
It's
fix that
been
O-line.
it's been quick flashes, and we think we're a lot closer than we are, and we get stupid rather than just staying the course.
10 years offensive line.
And that might come from the top as well, from the pressure up top.
You know what's crazy though? No matter what happens with this GM/coaching staff combination, Mayor is still gonna have his related relatives or related people that are related to him still part of
We'll still run
the
a team.
team.
You have to get rid of I've been screaming about this since I started talking sports when I had my show on Sienna Radio. You have to get rid of everyone related to Mara. Because I know the Maras might have been football guys in the 50s. The game has changed a lot since then. They clearly, their nepotism does not work anymore.
Yeah. And we criticize owners because they're bad owners. They don't care. Mara and Tish do care.
Yes.
It's the way Mara approaches things or the people that he has around him.
Yeah.
Is why I don't like him as an owner.
Yeah, like I criticized the Wilpons for years because I'm like, they don't care, they don't spend money. That's different. John Mara is not like that. Mara cares about the Giants. He wants to win. He doesn't like being embarrassed. That's all. I will never question John Mara's love for the New York Giants and the desire to bring them back to a Super Bowl. I will never question that. I question the way he's going about doing that. It's like, okay, you want to win. I get that. But you're kind of doing the same thing over and over again. And you finally gave into a little bit of change with Shane and Dable, yet you're still having your brother-in-law in the meeting rooms with them, basically being your mouthpiece. Or whatever Tim McDonald is to John Mayer. I don't know if he's son-in-law. I don't know what it is.
I don't care who he is or what. I don't even want to look at what he does.
He has some relation to John Mara. That's the only thing that matters.
Yeah. So,
and you don't think he goes running back to John after every single meeting, giving him a full breakdown of what happened?
He probably does. But I don't care.
Look, I get owners are supposed to be involved in the process, but like, it's just stuff like that. It seems like meddling. It's not working.
Yeah. To wrap up the offensive point real quick, just so we can go with the defense and kind of wrap the Giants up, because I don't want to talk about this crap team anymore, especially if we're going to lose again in week 2. Might as well save my frustration again for that time. 43.2 Pro Football Focus grade as a combined unit.
Bad.
Definitely one of, if not the worst grade amongst all offensive linemen from week 1. So, all right, defensively. The run defense is still trash. There was a problem in the preseason. There was a problem last year, and it reared its ugly head once again. And for those who are like, "Oh, Dexter Lawrence will save the run defense," it does not. The Commanders
Sorry,
ran for
Nacho's got a cool name. Nacho sucks.
yeah. No, I was looking at the snap counts. He was out there for 32 of 70 snaps.
Mm-hmm. Makes no sense.
Nope, it does not. So 220 rushing yards led by Corey Krosky Moret, also known as Lil Bill.
Mm-hmm.
10 carries
I want to put a little asterisk on Little Bill.
because
Little
he did
Bill
have that.
he got 42 yards on one rush. Like, you take away that one rush, he ran for 40 yards. Like, he still got a touchdown, but like, he kind of had an average day at the office. Like, he wasn't this great running back outside of one really good play.
If you want to get into it a little bit, he did before that run. He was averaging 4 yards a carry. Still bad from a run defensive standpoint, but I get what you're
I'm
saying.
not saying he was. Yeah, I'm not saying he wasn't good. I'm just saying he's
No,
being a
yeah,
little overrated for what he
at this
did.
point, yeah,
Yeah,
he.
it's like, okay, guys, yeah, 8 point. This is a classic case of the box score is not telling the story.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, if you get half your rushes off one play and you have 10 carries, yeah, it's gonna balloon your numbers.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I mean, like even before, yeah, I'm just saying even before that
No,
run, he still had really
I
good
don't
stuff.
disagree with you. The run defense was terrible. Giving up 4 yards a carry is bad. It's just not as. It's just more of a
Impressive as
criticism.
it looks.
It's more of a criticism on like fantasy people that say like, oh, the Bills arrived. Like, no, he hasn't.
Nah, not quite yet.
Not quite. Yeah, he got lucky. He broke off for one big game. Other than that, he probably is forgotten during this whole thing.
Which pissed me off too, because they were deep in Giants territory when they got the ball back. If we
Mm-hmm.
made a stop, we could have had another shot, but then the run
But
defense was so
that
bad.
was the story of the game. For like every single time, it was 2nd and 15, 2nd and 16. The Commanders just drove, just in one play, got all of, or at least a giant chunk of those yards back to put them in either a first down or like a 3rd and short situation.
The Commanders faced second and long 7 times during this game and converted on every single
Yeah,
one of them.
that can't happen. All right, when you back them up, you see this Giants defense is built off a pass rush, right? We both agree there.
Yes, sir.
What point is the pass rush getting a sack if on the next play you're just going to give all those yards back and then some?
Mm-hmm. You also add in the fact too, like the Commanders were quite undisciplined
Yeah,
on
we
Sunday.
got lucky.
12 penalties, 89 yards, and we still could not. The football gods gifted us a silver platter or a gold platter. What do? We just throw it on the ground because it's
Which why it's the offense is so frustrating because I'm not going to say the defense played well on Sunday, but they at least put us in a position to win the game.
mm-hmm.
You
They
know,
made multiple stops.
they made multiple stops. There is problems. Don't get me wrong. It was not a perfect play. There's stuff to be upset about. But at the end of the day, this defense did their job to a certain point. Had the offense been a little bit better, maybe this is a different story.
Right. Can you explain to me why DJ Davidson, Nunes Roches, and practice squad elevation Elijah Garcia were out there?
No idea. I cannot
Me
tell you that.
either. Me either.
And why was Abdul Carter only out there for like 30 snaps?
We've called for. I think we called for his head last year,
Mm-hmm.
but Shane Bowen's seat is kind of hot.
Oh, I got a great stat by Adriana NYG on TikTok. I'm sure if you're a Giants fan, you've seen her pop up. She does great stuff. She does Locked On Giants, I think is what I think that's her podcast.
Oh, shout out to her.
Yeah, she's great. She does great stuff, great coverage. She pointed out that the Giants, when they were running blitz, held Jaden Daniels to 3 of 9. And when they did zone, that's where all the problems were. If the blitz is working, why aren't we just running blitz? Okay? That makes no sense. If it's kind of like it's like when you're running the football and the run games keep working. It's like, let's throw a pass, let's do 5 straight passing plays. It's like, no, stick with what's working. The blitz is working. I don't care if that is similar to how Wink Martindale ran his defense. Guess what? This defense is still built to be run like Wink Martindale's defense. Run in a similar system. Run the blitz. We had the best defensive line in football. Send the dogs. Send them.
Daniels was 16-21, 204 yards, 1 touchdown with a 121.9 passer rating when we only rushed 4. And I get it. We have a Carter, we have a Tibbs, we have a Burns, and we have a Lawrence.
And Burns had a great game on Sunday.
He did.
Burns looked like the Burns in Carolina. We never really saw that last year from him. That was Carolina Brian Burns right there.
Mm-hmm. So we have all the. So, by the way, so shout out to Burns. We getting him his credit. He looked good. So let me get this straight. You have all offseason long, all the hype was around the pass rush, right? And Carter was supposed to rush the passer. So we use him as a quarterback spy instead and say, you know what, Nunes Roches, go get him.
Actually,
Really?
flipped.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, flipped as in Carter should be rushing, and then we need someone else maybe as a QB spy. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it's not new approach, but like, I don't know.
But it's like,
maybe put a linebacker out there. Maybe
yeah,
there is Malice, that guy.
or some sort of, I don't know, put I'm trying to think, maybe a safety or Banks maybe as a QB spot as a
Drew
nickel line.
Phillips, because that's kind of what he did at Kentucky.
True,
Kind of did that a little bit.
something like just something to keep an eye on Daniels, and it probably wouldn't have mattered because Daniels ran all over us anyways. He was able to scramble and convert.
But if Abdul Carter's running at him, it's a little different. We saw when Abdul Carter was asked to rush the passer on Sunday. We saw that impact. We saw the player at Penn State. We saw that.
Mm-hmm.
If he's doing that every single play, Daniels is going to get skittish a little bit.
Yeah. Carter had 3 pressures on 25 pass rushes with a 12% conversion rate, with 2 pressures under 2.5 seconds. That's when he got to the quarterback, he got there fast. Same thing with Burns too. When he got to the quarterback, he got there fast too. Mm-hmm. But no, yeah, the snap count's unacceptable. I don't know. These guys are healthy. They should not be on no snap count. Tibbs played 52. Kayvon Thibodeau deserves his flowers. He had a 12% pressure rate as well. He looked really good. I want to see more of that. So good job. Shout out to you, Tibbs. Mm-hmm. Burns was good. Had 47 snaps out of 70. Carter 30 out of 70, which is unacceptable.
The defensive line, like the rushers of like Burns, Thibodeau, and Carter, didn't do anything for us to get mad at them. The stuff we're mad about with them comes from the coaching staff.
Mm-hmm. They were just not. For me, they were just not.
They were not used correctly.
Yeah, I just don't understand what Bowen's thinking. Like, you think, why are we worried about keeping guys fresh? It is week 1. They didn't play much they're fine. Especially Lawrence too. Had 49. I don't understand. You need him out there. And I get it. He's gonna get constantly double teamed, but that will open up everything for everyone to everything else to
yeah. That opens a lane for a guy like Nacho. Like maybe that double team gets him. Okay, boom, there's a lane here. I can go get him.
I freaking hate him, dog. I hate him.
I don't get what I just don't get it. What the defense is. I understand why they brought in Bowen because he was this great run defender at Tennessee. They should have brought in somebody that ran a similar system to Wink Martindale. And I know it's a sour subject for Brian Daboll. I know the two of them did not get along. Swallow your pride and hire someone to make this defense better. Yeah.
I miss Wink. I do. I miss
Wink too. I do too.
Because Wink adjusts.
What?
Wink adjusts to
Wink adjusts. I think Deontay Banks is better with Wink. I think this pass rush is better. If you have a pass rush like Wink, and we're seeing at Michigan right now, if you put that Michigan pass rush with the talent the Giants has, we're hitting the quarterback on Sunday. That game is much more competitive on Sunday.
Instead, we want to run Nunes Roches out 32 times, DJ Davidson 15 times, and Elijah Garcia 6 times. Which, by the way, one second, just real quick. Chauncey Golston is a signing that we don't talk about as much because he's a backup defensive end / D tackle. He's actually a good run defender. We paid him $11 million. I think we paid him a good amount of money. 11 snaps. Why?
Yeah, why?
You want to play Elijah Garcia? I have not even heard of Elijah Garcia, and you play him 6 snaps. Nunes Roches cannot do anything out there, so don't even. And why DJ? What DJ? Why? I just don't understand what's going on in Bowen's mind. Like, what do you see in a DJ Davidson or an Elijah Garcia? And by the way, I get it; he's off to a slow start, but the fact that Darius Alexander was a healthy scratch makes no sense to
No,
me.
none, none.
I don't care if he hasn't been able to play or participate in camp in the preseason. Just at least get him out there
Hmm.
and see what you got. And maybe today we would be criticizing Darius Alexander, but at least he's out there.
Yeah,
You know,
but
I don't
here's the
want
thing: Alexander. It's not like Alexander's a fifth round pick. Like Bo, like
no,
I'm
yeah,
upset Bo wasn't playing, but I at least understand like the
he's a
thought
late round pick.
process
Yeah.
behind it. Okay, Alexander's a day 2 pick. I don't care if he
Mm.
played at the MAC. All right, get him out there. A day 3 pick, a day 2 pick should be as valuable as any other player that offense. Get him out there.
Get him out there. Exactly. Yeah, that would it was Shane Bowen frustrates the heck out of me. And if anyone see is hotter on the Giants coaching staff, it's his. That's the hottest for sure. I
How would
don't.
you do it? I would think it would go him, Kafka, then Dable.
Yeah,
That I would, yeah.
it's crazy how Kafka moved from the booth to the sidelines and still couldn't call plays to save his life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but at least Cordell Flott looked no, he was cooked. I remember on Thursday how
Slot made a couple good plays, which I think stick out in your mind more because we're looking for any positives on this Giants team. So like
and
you
then
think
Debo
you
proceeded to
go
cook the
you
heck out.
go to that, but then you look at the box score and you watch the tape, like, oh wait a minute, he just kind of was a highlight reel merchant,
There
not
was
a not a good corner.
there were so many plays where he was being cooked and the receivers just dropped the ball. And Janie
Yeah.
Daniels said it best. Like they played sloppy, and I'm like,
Oh my God, the Commanders should have beat us by like 30
yeah.
easily.
I think he said that they could have put up like 40 points. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, probably.
your receivers dropped the passes, but yeah, I could have put a 40, honestly. Yeah, Flott was out there 83% of the time at CB2. Banks was there for 60% of the time. Still got cooked out of the way. Debo had his way. We talked about it on Thursday. I was like, we got to contain Debo, and Debo had a rushing touchdown. He ran the ball a few times, caught a good amount of ball. I think he was the leading receiver actually for the Commanders because Paulson and Debo had McLaurin locked down. Shout out
Mm-hmm.
to Debo, by the way. I'm very, very happy
Yeah,
with
he had
him.
a decent performance. Like I
Yes, he
said,
did.
this Giants defense is more frustrating because of the way it's coached and the scheme that was developed, not by the players. I think the players did that we expected did decent.
Yeah. Except Darius Mawasu. Oh, make Mike. I hope Mike. I'm not sure. We don't have
I've
any updates at this time about Micah, but
I've heard
him.
it's not as bad as originally expected.
Yeah, I think we'll hear more from Dable today, and we'll probably talk about it more on
But
Thursday.
maybe
But
that was supposed to be the spy, you know? Maybe they're like, all right, we're gonna put McFadden as the quarterback spy, and then that kind of messed everything up.
yeah.
Yeah, 16 hours ago, New York Post, Giants avoid the worst with Micah McFadden injury.
Hey. Yeah.
Undergoing further testing Monday on his leg and foot. A recovery time should be established. Probably McFadden is week to week. Will most likely miss a minimum of 4 weeks. I thought the season was over right then and there. So I'll take the 4 weeks.
Yeah. Well, you better sign yourself a linebacker because I don't think the answer to replace him for however time he misses on the roster, unless Darius Mawasu just somehow turns it around.
Yeah.
There was so much hype around him in the offseason, and the coaching staff praised him for just for staying after practice, watching film, whatever, playing well in camp. I don't care when the
If
fact
he's
that
playing well in
Daniels.
camp, we just saw how bad this offense was. Was that a product of him being good, or the offense just looking bad and no one realizing it?
Yeah, because literally when he was in there for like the first couple plays, actually was like the second or third play that he was in. What does Jay Nails do? Literally set up a play with Zach Ertz and target him in the end zone, and Zach Ertz cooked him and scored a touchdown. So, um, yeah, I think that's all I have. Brian Burns looked good, like you said.
You only got to look good.
Pretty much, and tips. Yeah, tips too. Yeah. Overall, coaching staff, you better figure this crap out. I'm tired. I'm sick and
Mhm.
tired of wasting my Sundays watching this pathetic, sorry ass of a team play. Please make, I don't know what you gotta do. Create better red zone plays, especially at the one. Um, Malik Neighbors is there just in case Kafka you forgot.
Yeah.
I'm sure you didn't, but just in case.
Mhm.
Um, enough with the screens, enough with the gimmicky plays. Bowen better figure it out, or I swear I will call for his head officially next week.
I think people already did.
Yeah, well, I'll add on to that next week because I'll give him one more shot.
Mhm.
Because Dallas's offense, their run game is pathetic with Javonte Williams and Miles
Yeah.
Sanders and Jaden Blue, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
You
Like
better
Dallas's
figure.
run attack looked good the other night against Philly because Jalen Carter decided to be an idiot.
Yeah, what a bum, by the way. I don't like him. I'm sorry. I know I don't criticize the Eagles that much, but I hate that guy. He's so people call him the best one of, if not the best D tackles. Is so it's too much. It's too much to say. I'm
He's also
sorry.
just not a good person. Like
Yeah, like
he did kill somebody.
did we forget that he participated? Yeah, but it's fine. Eagles fans don't want us to talk about it, but whatever. Y'all can suck it. Except Jared. We love Jared.
Mhm.
Um, what else? Jackson Dart, please no.
No, no, no.
Fans and people from ESPN are like, oh, you might as well start Jackson Dart. Don't you understand that Russell Wilson died back there? Dart
Yes.
will die back there because James Hudson can't block, and the rest of the O line is trash. Like if Dart's gonna play, let Thomas come back first and see what happens.
Mhm.
Let Thomas get a game under his belt, and
Yeah.
then put in Dart and see what you got. And if Dart's still getting killed anyways, then hell, maybe bench JMS. I don't know. Um,
Like
hey,
do
Bo
I
at
do I
center.
do I think the timeline on Jackson's arc got pushed up this weekend? Definitely. I definitely think we're going to see him sooner than we like, but I would be like I'm pushing up from like week 11 to like week like 6.
Yeah, that gives time for Thomas to get healthy, by the way,
Mhm.
and be on the field. So, and please, guys, you got to start strong on first downs against Dallas. Like, I just so many times where it was first down, only got maybe 1 or 2 yards, 2nd and 8, another 1 yard, not another 1 yard gain. It was 3rd and 7. Like, we can't be in consistent 3rd and long situations. So, yeah, terrible game. On Thursday, we'll talk about the game preview against Dallas. Probably gonna lose that one, and then we enter Saturday Night Football 0-2. I don't freaking know. Maybe we'll
Probably.
figure it out on Sunday, and it's kumbaya.
I mean,
I
the last time this team looked like they did bounce back against Arizona when Dallas killed them, and then last year was just a straight disaster. So who knows? Who knows?
yeah. Any other thoughts, my friend, that I haven't covered?
No, that's pretty much it.
Cool means.
Team just sucks. Just
Yeah,
sucks to suck.
it sucks to suck. Alrighty, let's go to the best moments from week one because there were so many other fun moments, and because
Mhm.
all 30 other teams that were playing Thursday, Sunday, and Monday actually
And
played
Friday.
competent football, and Friday played competent football. But that Friday game was pretty good too.
That was good, yeah.
Hey, Justin Herbert once again. Hey, Justin Herbert saved America last year in the Super Bowl, whether we like it or not. Justin Herbert also saved America on Friday when he.
Just say, Chiefs fans, Travis Kelsey, 0-1 since they got married. Okay, they got engaged.
Uh, Justin Herbert
Just saying.
ever since dating Madison Beer, 1-0. So shout out to Justin Herbert. But by the way,
Yeah.
he produced with his legs. He was great. So happy by the way for Keenan Allen.
Oh my God,
Um,
yeah.
I really
All the
am.
charge. Quinn Johnson had a great game too. Good
He
for him.
did. I think
Yeah,
he
like
led the
I
team
think
in receiving.
I would say I think he's the leading receiver. Like, good for him. The Chargers
Good for
offense
him.
looked like it finally put something together.
Dude, you have a three-headed monster in Allen, McConkey, and Johnston if he can keep it
If
going.
they could keep it going. Oh my God, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
scary. Then you combine that with Hampton, which I know he didn't have a
Oh
great game,
man.
but
He was
like,
good.
hey, he was okay for his first NFL game. I think he's going to get better. And Joe
Yeah.
Alt's special.
He is. He's so damn good. That's a real
So
tackle.
good.
Yeah, Notre Dame just continues to produce offensive linemen, man.
Mhm.
It's
Someone tweeted out the other day. It's like, would the Giants consider this? It was like trading Dexter Lawrence and draft picks for Joe Alt and a few draft picks.
I would unfortunately say no,
I would
but
say no too, but I wouldn't be so quick to say no.
I would think about it.
I would be like, I thought it wasn't an immediate no, which normally is with Dexter Lawrence trades. I'm like, wait a minute, maybe
Man, because
this
dude,
might be a maybe.
Joel all on this. If I, you know how it's like if you could steal one player from each team, or one
Joe
player
Alt,
from a team, yeah, Joel all would be my choice because he's just so.
and he's so young. It's like you can build the foundation, like the foundation we're talking about that the O line just doesn't have. That's your foundational piece is Joe Alt.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm not sure if Notre Dame has any incoming
No
draft
one right now.
prospects.
I mean, the offensive line of Notre Dame doesn't look great right now. So they got bullied by Miami.
That's right, especially that left tackle had like a 12-point something
Yeah.
pro football
Well, we
focus
got
grade.
Blake Fisher in Houston. He looked pretty good too. That's another Notre Dame
Oh,
guy.
look at that! Hey, Quentin Nelson from
Right now,
Indianapolis also
exactly.
looking good. Um, but yeah, that was a great game by the Chargers, and then Daniel Jones, Colts, 33-8 win over the Dolphins. I know it's only one game, but we got to give him his props.
No, credit where credit's due. Daniel Jones had a great game. A great game.
22, 28, 272, one touchdown, had two rushing touchdowns as well. Led a scoring drive on each drive
Yeah.
that the Colts ran offensively, first time since 1991. Um, Also, props to Michael Pittman and Tyler Warren. They played great as well. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Jones was able to push the ball down the field to those guys, including a good ball to Alec Pierce. At one point, that was a good throw by him. He looked a lot happier, and I think that's credit to the Colts for getting that out of him. Now, hey, it's only been one game. Let's see if he can do it consistently, like Brian
One
mentioned.
game against a Miami team that looks like it's currently imploding.
Yes, sir. I won't. I obviously give him his props now, and I know I joke around. I joked around a lot this offseason about how like, oh, let's see how Daniel Jones does or whatever the case may be. If he continues to play the way he has consistently with the Colts, I
Mm-hmm.
think we'll start officially giving him his flowers, and we kind of have to be like, okay, so it wasn't you this time, and it wasn't you then. It's this
Mm-hmm.
organization that's the problem. But I digress. Like I said, only one game. Raiders 2013 win over the Patriots. Shout out to them.
Yep.
Geno Smith, great first game. Gianti held in check, but they still won.
Mm-hmm. I
Uh,
mean, that's what happens when you have an adult coaching you and not Josh McDaniels.
there you
Like
go.
Pete Carroll's a great coach, and he's gonna lead the Raider team. I don't think the Raider team is gonna do something like crazy, but I think they're gonna put together a solid season.
Yes, sir. What other games have stood out to you, my friend, by chance?
I mean, the Sunday night game was incredible. Like game of the
Woo!
year already. The fact,
What a
I
comeback.
mean, it's just a reminder of how good Josh Allen the Bills are. I think Josh Allen threw for like 3 touchdowns in like the last 5 minutes or something crazy like
Dude,
that.
he looked
Like
good.
this Bills team, you can never because like I was watching the game and every time the Ravens scored, I'm like, okay, this team's good, but this Ravens team is just gonna put. At one point, the Ravens will put them away. They will score, and the lead will be too much. And the Bills just hung in there every single play and just kept going and going. We finally got the breakout game from Keon Coleman on the Bills. Like Josh Allen just established himself. I think just established the Bills as the best team in football.
Dude, to be down 40-25 in the fourth quarter, and Josh Allen's like, all right, bet, let's do
All
it.
right, cool.
And
I
he
got
just got him
this.
all the way back.
Mm-hmm.
Four total touchdowns for Josh Allen, 400 yards plus total as well. And hey, look, Derrick Henry getting, you know, what's it called? I mean,
You know, it was 200
being,
yards. Yeah,
yeah,
they got 160 something yards.
being 30 plus and still putting up numbers like that. Like, I know the Giants get crucified for letting Saquon go, but I don't think the Titans organization gets enough flack for
No,
letting Derrick Henry go because Henry has just absolute phenomenon. And it's not like Tony Pollard's a bad back by any means, but anyone in
it's
the
just
Titans
not Derrick
organization or
Henry.
Titans fans, yeah, any Titans fan would take Derrick Henry over Tony Pollard in a heartbeat. So, um, by the way, Bengals, I know last year, right? They lost that week one game, cost them the playoff spot. It wasn't pretty, but they got the chip done against the Browns.
They
Joe
won it.
Flacco, hey, yeah, they won it. That's simple as that. Joe Flacco threw for a lot of yards, man. But hey, Harold, what's it called? Harold Fanning Jr., the tight end from Bowling Green.
Yeah, what a breakout.
He was someone that I wish we drafted, because he was someone that produced at the college level
Mm-hmm.
he was really good, and he was one of Flacco's favorite targets. So I thought Njoku was going to be the tight end one. Harold Fannin says otherwise. So
Mm-hmm.
and then Aaron Rodgers turning back the
Oh,
clock.
what a the most Jets thing of all time.
I will say, I mean, it's not like okay, it's not completely the Jets' fault. I mean, Rodgers did kind of mess them
No,
up. I like
Justin
ask.
Fields did everything he could to get that team to win.
Oh yeah, I was actually referring to like how like in the last season where it's like Rodgers was asking the Jets to bring in all his friends and he still couldn't produce and kind of left
Yeah.
them in shambles. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
goes to Pittsburgh and just tears them up. Like I get he's mad. He's trying to be petty, but I'm like at the same time, like you did kind of ask the Jets to like sign a bunch of people that played with you and you still couldn't do anything. But then again, yeah,
Rodgers.
yeah, but then again, I do blame the organization for complying with that. But I
Mm-hmm.
digress. Hey, the Jets look good. Justin Fields, like you said, looked good. Was 16 to 22, over 200 yards passing. Also had 2 rushing touchdowns as well. Him and Garrett Wilson, they look really good together. And hey, that's why I always say I'm a sucker for college teammates reuniting together
Yeah.
because it just kind of brings back that chemistry that you had in college, and that was clear with Wilson and Fields. Wilson had 7 catches for 95 yards and a touchdown. No other Jets receiver had like more than 2 catches. So
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, that was a great game as well. But Rodgers 4 touchdowns, went 22 of 30.
Mm-hmm.
So he played quite well.
Yeah. No, you're wrong
Otherwise,
about the Niners. They look pretty good on Sunday.
yeah. Well, then they barely survived
They
against
barely
Seattle.
survived, yeah, but it was just like, man, like the fact they can hang in there like that, and they, was it Jake Tong? Was that his name? The tight end that came in
Caught the touchdown.
yeah, they caught the touchdown, like his first
Mm.
touchdown when Kittle was out.
Wait, what did I exactly say about the
You
Niners?
said
Can
they were
you
gonna like
remind?
suck.
Well, they might because Kittle's out multiple weeks and
I
Purdy's
mean,
missed a
they
couple weeks
still
too.
might, but like the fact they got like that win against like the new look Seahawks, it's not
Yeah,
bad.
I'm just playing. I'm just messing with
No,
you.
you're
Yeah,
good.
no, I get it. I know. You know me. I
Mhm.
always jinx everyone. So they might as well probably go 10-7 and make me look like a fool. But yeah, hey, week one in the books. I'm really happy that football's back. I am. We're not happy about our teams, obviously. But hey, it was a great slate of games. A lot of high scoring games. And just to
Mhm.
wrap up this episode, before we do our do you want to? I'm so depressed to do Weddle, but we'll do Weddle anyways to
But I
keep
don't
the
know. We
streak
had to do
going.
Weddle. We had to do
We have to.
Mhm.
To sum up week one, there were so many great games.
Yeah.
Teams were scoring points and everything like that. Defenses looked good. Other teams' defenses looked good and all those things. Most of the games I saw this Sunday and
Mhm.
Monday and Thursday, Friday just shows the Giants are very, very, very far away
Yes.
from even contending
Yep.
or competing because
Mhm.
the Bills, the Ravens, the Chargers, like they have this foundation about themselves where they have a good offense led by a franchise quarterback. They have a good defense. They have a great coaching staff that motivates their guys. If they're down 15, it doesn't matter. They're not worried because they have the pieces to go out there and mount a comeback. Um, the culture is there. There's no depressive mood when it comes
No.
to them. The Giants just I don't know what it is. Like it's just we have some pieces and we're so far away from like being close to the level, but it's sad to see because it's like all these teams are having this success and there's just us where it's just like we were happy about a first down. Like there were times
Yeah.
where I was yelling at my TV excitedly because we got a first down.
Yeah, because the hope was that, oh my god, we got a first down. Okay, let's build momentum off it, and then the momentum just never came.
Yeah. Meanwhile, other teams like, oh, first down. Okay, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
and that's how it should be. Like,
Bills
you
fans just
should,
expect first downs.
yeah.
Chargers fans expect first down. Ravens fans expect first downs.
hmm Like, yeah, simple as that. There's no further explanation needed. So,
Mm-hmm.
Giants have Dallas next, and they have the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football, and then we have the Chargers also coming as well. So, if
It's
we
not
don't,
easy. It does not. There's like I said, this is an obnoxiously hard schedule, and let's just hope that the Giants can figure some way to be competitive.
yes, sir, I agree.
Not even win, just be competitive.
Just be competitive, So, alrighty. Before we head out for the day, we gotta do Weddle.
Mm-hmm.
I think the player we got last time was pretty. We always excel in Weddle. It seems like
Yeah.
me and you. Oh, by the way, Cam Ward looked good. Titans receivers let you down, buddy. I didn't
Yeah.
mention that.
Yeah, I thought he did better than I thought he'd be against the Broncos secondary.
Oh yeah, just
And JJ McCarthy, jeez. Come on,
oh
man.
my goodness, dude. Hey, I give him his props for coming back in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But does that? I don't know if it's more on him or just the Bears defense just collapsing.
I think it's a mix of both. I think what I do think it does, it gives him confidence because he could look at, okay, I played bad for 3 quarters, but when the light shined the most, I turned it on. That does a lot for a young quarterback. A win
It
like
does.
that builds that confidence, and that will get you far.
It does. No. Dennis Allen couldn't produce as a head coach. Chokes the lead in the fourth quarter as a defensive coordinator.
Yep.
Terrible, I tell you. Terrible. But alrighty, let's do it. Well time, folks. First player, what are we guessing, my friend? What you got?
Let's do McCarthy. Let's do JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy. Oh. All right. They're in the NFC. That we know for sure. Or the AFC North, depending on how you look at it. Quarterback under 6'3". Well, older than 22. Maybe it's probably a receiver. No, maybe a running back.
No, it's a running back. It's too short to be a receiver. That's 6'3". Could be like 6'2".
Yeah, true.
But even then, if it has to be under 6, it would be like 6 foot or lower, right? Because if it was like within 2 inches, it'd be yellow.
Yeah, so he's probably 6
Or
foot,
6 foot,
5'11".
yeah, or lower. Not a
I'm
quarterback.
Neil Robinson.
It's higher than, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so he's right around. So
They're
he's like
5'10".
5'10".
Holy crap, that's short.
Yeah, it's a short, and so he's an NFC player, 5'10". It's not Minnesota. Trying to think. NFC North. No, yeah, NFC North, NFC South. Ty, the backup. Just do Bijan Robinson.
Bijan Robinson. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's short. Well, look at that. Oh, come on! It was the other guy. I was gonna say the other guy.
Let's go. Made it
I was
easier
gonna
for
say
me.
him too. He's my first. Like, no, don't do that. Switch it to Robinson. All right. Well, that seems like a fitting way to end this show.
And finally, breaking news from the 49ers. George Kittle has officially been placed in IR, so he will miss the next 4 games.
And Jake Moody has been cut.
Well,
I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. That's true.
What do you mean?
The Niners kicker, they cut him.
When?
Like 20 minutes ago.
Well, my Twitter feed didn't pop up. I see Suni Lee though. Shout out to her. Where? Gosh darn! How come I don't get mother fudge?
Yeah, right here. Breaking news. Niners.
Damn! Dash. What a sorry ass player. Oh my god. Wasn't he drafted in like the 3rd round?
3rd round, yep.
Hey, who's the Niners GM again? He deserves some credit.
John Lynch.
He deserves some criticism for that. That's crazy. Yeah. Niners don't have any kickers on their roster, so they expect the team to hold a tryout in the coming days. Hey, nope. I can't make that joke because I can't kick at the moment. Can you kick?
No.
Damn. Well, they're out of luck. Told you, Niners are gonna suck.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it. Because who the heck are you gonna throw to? Ayuk's out. You don't tell me McCaffrey. They ain't gonna throw to McCaffrey. I tell you that. Because he was okay on Sunday. Did he do much for the Niners?
I don't think so.
Let's see. Yeah, 6 and Ricky Pearsall. I forgot he's 4 catches, 108. Oh, McCaffrey did have 9 catches for 73. Okay, well there you go. McCaffrey's gonna be used like Panthers McCaffrey. We'll see what happens. Alrighty, that'll do it. Call Brian at Brian PG1016. You can follow me at Nathan_Nguyen24. You can follow our podcast page at Third and 10 Pod on the Instagram and the Twitter. And you can follow our podcast page at Third and 10 Podcast. Shout out to our sponsor, SeatGeek. Use the code BellyUpSport for $20 off your first purchase, and you can find mine. You can find my articles, Brian's articles, and all of our other amazing writers and podcasts at bellyupsports.com. And hopefully, on Thursday, I'm much more enthusiastic because this team just makes me want to just rot in bed and cry. But it's okay because we are still Giants fans at the end of the day. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you guys as always. We'll see you guys back on Thursday. We'll preview the Giants and Cowboys. We'll check in on the Mets after their series against the Phillies, which, we won't get into that. It's okay. We've been depressed enough. For Brian, I'm Nate. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye.